My friends, my fellow travelers on this extraordinary journey called life, I stand before you today with a message that has the power to unlock the very essence of who you are. The limitless divine being that you have always been, but perhaps have yet to fully realize. You see, the keys to becoming the best in anything, the secrets to unlocking your highest potential, do not lie outside of you in some distant, unreachable realm. You know, my friends, these keys, these secrets are already encoded within the very fabric of your being. They are your birthright, your divine inheritance waiting patiently to be claimed and expressed in the world. But so often we allow the noise of the world, the limiting beliefs and conditioned patterns that have been implanted in us since birth to distract us, to keep us from tapping into the wellspring of power and potential that resides at the very core of our being. We settle for less than we are capable of, content to live within the confines of what others deem possible, rather than daring to step into the fullness of our own limitless nature. And in doing so, we deprive not only ourselves, but the entire world of the extraordinary gifts and talents that we've been entrusted to bring forth. But today, my friends, I invite you to join me on a journey of self-discovery, a journey where we will peel back the layers of conditioning and limitation and remember once and for all who and what we truly are. For you see, the 5 keys to becoming the best in anything are not about acquiring new skills or following a particular set of steps. No, they are about aligning yourselves with the very essence of your being, with the eternal infinite consciousness that is the source of all creation. When you do this, when you learn to consciously direct the power of your own mind and imagination, the world around you begins to transform in the most remarkable ways. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable start to crumble, and the path to your highest potential becomes clearer and more accessible than ever before. So let us begin, my friends, with the first key, the power of your own imagination. You see, it is not your physical senses, your eyes and ears and touch that are the true creators of your reality. No, it is the imaginative faculty of your mind, the ability to conceive of and give form to that which does not yet exist in the physical world. That is the true source of your power. For far too long, we have been taught to rely on our senses, to trust only what we can see, hear, and touch. But what if I were to tell you that the unseen world, the realm of pure potentiality that exists beyond the veil of the physical senses, is in fact more real, more substantial than anything that appears to us in the outer world? This, my friends, is the truth that the greatest thinkers, the most profound mystics, have been trying to impart to us for centuries. That the world we experience is but a reflection of the thoughts, the beliefs, the states of consciousness that we hold within. And when you truly understand and embody this truth, when you learn to consciously direct the power of your imagination to create the life you desire, you unlock a level of mastery and self-determination that is truly awe-inspiring. For it is not through struggle, through striving and effort that we achieve greatness, my friends. No, it is through the effortless, even joyful act of imaginative creation, of consciously shaping the unseen realm of pure potentiality, that we become the masters of our own destinies. And this, my friends, leads us to the second key, the power of focus and unwavering commitment. You see, it is not enough to merely imagine the life you desire, to envision yourself as the best in your chosen field. No, you must also cultivate the laser-like focus and the unwavering commitment that will allow you to bring that vision into physical reality. For the world, the circumstances and conditions that we experience are a direct reflection of the thoughts and feelings that we hold in our consciousness. And if those thoughts and feelings are scattered, if our focus is divided, then the manifestation of our desires will be equally fragmented and diminished. But when you learn to hold a singular, unwavering focus on your goal, on the vision of yourself as the best in your craft, and when you back that focus with the full force of your commitment and determination, then the universe has no choice but to rearrange itself to meet the clarity of your intent. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable start to crumble. Synchronicities and serendipitous events begin to align in your favor, and the path to your highest potential becomes clearer and more accessible than ever before. And as you continue to deepen your practice of focus, committed imagination, my friends, you will begin to unlock the third key, the power of the subconscious mind. You see, the conscious thinking mind that we are so accustomed to using is but the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the true nature of our being. Beneath the surface, lying in the vast uncharted realms of the subconscious, lies a wellspring of power and potential that most of us have yet to fully tap into. For it is in the subconscious mind, my friends, that the seeds of our reality are sown. It is here that our deepest beliefs, our most ingrained habits and patterns are encoded and given form. And it is by learning to consciously direct the power of this incredible, intuitive faculty that we unlock the true secrets to becoming the best in anything we set our minds to. Imagine for a moment what would be possible if you could program your subconscious mind, that vast, powerful computer that governs the majority of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, to be in perfect alignment with your conscious vision of yourself as the absolute best in your field. The fears, the doubts, the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back would begin to melt away, replaced by a deep, unwavering confidence and self-belief that would propel you forward with unstoppable momentum. And this, my friends, leads us to the fourth key, the power of embodied presence. You see, it is not enough to simply hold the vision of yourself as the best in your craft or to program your subconscious mind to support that vision. You must also learn to embody that state of being, to live and breathe it in every moment of your waking life. For it is only when you are fully present, when you are consciously attuned to the sensations, the feelings, and the energy of your desired state that you can truly begin to actualize it in the physical world. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to be the absolute best in your field, the confidence, the poise, the effortless mastery that would radiate from your very being. That is the energy, the frequency that you must learn to embody. My friends, if you truly wish to become the best in anything you set your mind to, and as you continue to deepen your practice of embodied presence, as you learn to consciously align your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions with the state of being you wish to manifest, you will unlock the fifth and final key, the power of divine timing. You see, my friends, the universe operates according to a divine cosmic rhythm that is far beyond the scope of our limited human understanding. And when we learn to attune ourselves to that rhythm, to surrender our need to control the timing and outcome of our desires, we unlock a level of grace, ease, and flow that is truly extraordinary without our own willpower, our own striving and effort that brings our visions into physical reality. No, it is the unseen orchestrating intelligence of the universe, the creative power that resides at the very heart of all existence. That is the true source of our manifestation. And when we learn to align ourselves with that power, to trust in the perfect timing and unfolding of our desires, we free ourselves from the burden of struggle and open ourselves up to the effortless, joyful experience of becoming the best in anything we set our minds to. My friends, the keys to unlocking your highest potential, to becoming the best in any field you choose, are not some secret mystical knowledge that is hidden from you. No, they are your birthright, your divine inheritance waiting patiently to be claimed and expressed in the world. All that is required is that you have the courage to step into the fullness of who you truly are, the limitless eternal consciousness that is the very source of all creation. So I invite you, my fellow travelers, to join me on this extraordinary journey of self-discovery and transformation, to let go of the limiting beliefs, the fears and doubts that have been holding you back, and to embrace the power, the majesty, and the infinite potential that lies at the very core of your being. For when you do this, my friends, the world around you will begin to transform in the most remarkable ways. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will crumble, and the path to your highest potential will become clearer and more accessible than ever before. Synchronicities and serendipitous events will start to align in your favor, opening doors and creating opportunities that you never could have imagined. And as you continue to deepen your practice, as you learn to consciously direct the power of your own imagination, focus, and embody presence, you will begin to unlock a level of mastery and self-determination that is truly awe-inspiring. You see, my friends, the true secret to becoming the best in anything is not about acquiring new skills or following a particular set of steps. No, it is about aligning yourself with the very essence of your being, with the eternal infinite consciousness that is the source of all creation. It is about remembering once and for all who and what you truly are, a limitless, divine being endowed with the power to shape and mold the very fabric of your reality according to your highest vision and deepest desires. And when you fully embrace this truth, when you surrender the need to struggle and strive and instead learn to trust in the creative power of your own imagination, focus, and embodied presence, the world will begin to open up to you in ways you never could have imagined. Doors will swing wide, opportunities will present themselves, and the path to your highest potential will become clearer and more accessible than ever before. And as you continue to walk this path, to deepen your practice and align yourself with the rhythms of the universe, you will begin to see the world around you transform in the most extraordinary ways. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to wake up each morning filled with a deep, unshakable sense of confidence and self-belief, to move through your day with a level of poise, grace, and effortless mastery that leaves those around you in awe. This, my friends, is the reality that becomes possible when you learn to consciously direct the power of your own mind and imagination. And as you continue to embody this state of being, as you become the living, breathing expression of your highest vision, the impact you will have on the world around you will be truly profound. You see, when you become the best in your chosen field, when you step into the fullness of your divine potential, you don't just transform your own life, you inspire and uplift those around you as well. You become a beacon of hope, a living example of what's possible when we dare to step out of the confines of our conditioning and embrace the limitless nature of our true being. And as more and more of us commit to this journey of self-discovery and transformation, the ripple effects will continue to spread, touching the lives of countless others and contributing to the birth of a new, more enlightened world. So I invite you, my friends, to join me on this extraordinary adventure, to let go of the fears, the doubts, and the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back, and to embrace the power, the majesty, and the infinite potential that lies at the very core of your being. But when you do this, when you learn to consciously direct the creative power of your own mind and imagination, you unlock a level of mastery and self-determination that is truly awe-inspiring. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will crumble, and the path to your highest potential will become clearer and more accessible than ever before. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to wake up each morning filled with a deep, unshakable sense of purpose and passion, to move through your day with a level of focus, clarity, and unwavering commitment that leaves those around you in awe. This, my friends, is the reality that becomes possible when you learn to align yourself with the very essence of your being. And as you continue to deepen your practice, as you learn to trust in the unseen orchestrating intelligence of the universe, you will begin to witness the most extraordinary synchronicities and serendipitous events unfolding in your life. Doors will open, opportunities will present themselves, and the path to your highest potential will become clearer and more accessible than ever before. But it is not just about the external manifestations, my friends. No, the true power, the true magic, lies in the profound transformation that takes place within you. As you continue to align yourself with the creative power of your own imagination and embodied presence, you will begin to unlock a level of self-awareness, self-mastery, and self-love that is truly remarkable. Fears and doubts that once held you back will melt away, replaced by a deep, unwavering confidence in self-belief that will propel you forward with unstoppable momentum. And as you continue to deepen your practice, as you learn to consciously direct the power of your subconscious mind, you will begin to experience a level of flow, ease, and grace that will truly astound you. If you see, my friends, the keys to becoming the best in anything are not about struggle, striving, or effort. No, they're about aligning yourself with the very essence of your being, with the eternal, infinite consciousness that is the source of all creation. And when you do this, when you learn to consciously direct at the power of your own imagination, focus, and embodied presence, you unlock a level of mastery and self-determination that is truly inspiring. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will crumble, and the path to your highest potential will become clearer and more accessible than ever before. So I invite you, my dear friends, to join me on this extraordinary journey, to let go of the fears, the doubts, and the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back, and to embrace the power, the majesty, and the infinite potential that lies at the very core of your being. For when you do this, when you commit yourself fully to the practice of conscious creation, you will not only transform your own life, you will contribute to the birth of a new, more enlightened world, a world where love, compassion, and spiritual awakening reign supreme, and where we recognize our shared divinity and work together to manifest the highest potential of the human spirit. This is our time, my friends. This is our moment to shine. So let us begin right here, and now to consciously direct the creative power of our own minds and imaginations, and to become the living, breathing expressions of our highest vision and deepest desires. For when we do this, when we step into the fullness of who we truly are, the world around us will be forever changed. Obstacles will crumble, opportunities will abound, and the path to our highest potential will become clearer and more accessible than ever before. So let's begin, my friends. Let us embark on this extraordinary journey together, and let us see what wonders we can create when we align ourselves with the very essence of our being. In this grand theater of life, we are all actors playing our parts in the divine drama. Yet how many of us truly recognize the subtle signs that the universe presents to us? How often do we overlook the whispers of God, gently guiding us to what lies in blessings? Tonight we shall unravel these mysteries and awaken to the truth that lies within each of us. Before we delve into the 7 divine signs, let us first understand the nature of blessings. A blessing, my dear friends, is not merely a stroke of good fortune or a random occurrence. No. A blessing is a manifestation of your own divine nature, a reflection of your innermost desires and beliefs. It is the natural outcome of aligning yourself with the infinite power that resides within you. Now, let us explore the first divine sign that you are being prepared for a blessing: unexpected challenges. You might wonder, Wayne, how can challenges be a sign of an intending blessing? But this is where the magic lies. You see, challenges are not obstacles to opportunities for growth. They are the chisel with which the divine sculpture shapes you to the perfect vessel for your blessing. When you encounter unexpected difficulties, instead of lamenting your fate choice, for these challenges are preparing you, strengthening you, and aligning you with the vibrational frequency of your desired blessing. They are the furnace in which your faith is tested and refined. Consider the story of Joseph in the Scriptures. Sold into slavery by his brothers, imprisoned unjustly. He faced challenge after challenge, yet each of these trials was preparing him for the grand blessing of becoming the second most powerful man in Egypt and saving his people from famine. So, my friends, when you face unexpected challenges, do not despair. Instead, affirm to yourself, this challenge is preparing me for my blessing. I am being shaped and molded for greatness. Feel the truth of these words in your very being. Live from the end, seeing yourself already victorious, already blessed. Now let us move on to the second divine sign, heightened intuition. As you are being prepared for a blessing, you may notice that your intuition becomes sharper, more pronounced. You begin to experience hunches, gut feelings, and sudden insights that seem to come from nowhere. This, my dear listeners, is your inner divine speaking to you, guiding you towards your blessing. This heightened intuition is not some mystical power reserved for a chosen few. No, it is your birthright as a child of God. It is the voice of a higher self, your God self communicating with you in the language of feelings and impressions. To cultivate this divine gift, you must learn to listen. In the quiet moments of your day, turn your attention inward. Feel the gentle nudges of your intuition. Trust the wisdom that wells up from within you, for in doing so, you are tuning into the frequency of your blessing. Imagine yourself as a radio receiver, just as you must tune to the critic theacidically at a particular station. You must align your consciousness with the frequency of your blessing to receive it. Your heightened intuition is the dial that helps you find that perfect frequency. Practice living from this state of heightened awareness. When you make decisions, big or small, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what does my intuition tell me? Then act boldly on that inner guidance, knowing that it is leading you towards your blessing. The third divine sign that you are being prepared for a blessing is synchronicities and coincidences. Have you ever experienced a moment when everything seemed to align perfectly? Perhaps you thought of an old friend, and moments later they called you, or you kept seeing the same number sequence everywhere you looked. These, my friends, are not mere coincidences. They are synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that signal your alignment with the divine order. When you begin to notice an increase in these synchronicities, rejoice, for it means that you are in harmony with the universal flow. You are vibrating at a frequency that attracts your blessing. These synchronicities are like cycles on your journey, confirming that you are on the right path. They are the universe's way of winking at you, saying, yes, you're getting warmer. Keep going. To fully embrace this sign, you must cultivate awareness. Pay attention to the small details of your day. Notice the patterns, the recurring themes, the seemingly random connections. For in these details lies the language of the divine speaking directly to you. And as you recognize these synchronicities, express gratitude. Thank the universe for these signs. Feel the joy and excitement of knowing that you are in perfect alignment with your blessing. For in this state of gratitude and joy, you become an even more powerful magnet for your desires. Now let us explore the fourth divine sign, a period of waiting or silence. This sign may seem counterintuitive. After all, shouldn't a blessing come with fun, fear, and excitement? But remember, my dear friends, that some of the most profound transformations occur in silence. Think of a seed planted in the earth. For a long time, nothing seems to happen on the surface. But beneath the soil, miraculous changes are taking place. The seed is cracking open, sending out roots, gathering strength for your eventual emergence. In the same way, when you experience a period of waiting or silence, know that powerful forces are at work beneath the surface of the consciousness. This is a time of gestation, of preparation, appreciation. Your blessing is taking form in the unseen realms before it manifests in your physical reality. During this time, it's crucial to maintain your faith. Do not let doubt or impatience creep in. Instead, use this period of silence to deepen your connection with your inner being. Take prayer, or simply sit in quiet contemplation. Feel the peace that comes from knowing that your blessing is already your spiritual realm. Affirm to yourself in this silence, my blessing is taking form. I am at peace, knowing that everything is working out perfectly. Live from this state of calm assurance, and watch as your outer world begins to reflect this inner peace. The fifth divine sign that you're being prepared for a blessing is increased contrast or polarity. As you draw closer to your blessing, you may notice that the contrasts in your life become more pronounced. The highest might seem higher, and the lowest might feel lower. This increased polarity is not a sign that something is wrong. On the contrary, it's a clear indication that you're on the brink of a significant shift. You see, my friends, contrast serves a vital purpose in our journey to clarify our desires, sharpens our focus, and ignites our change. When you experience moments of intense contrast, the universe is asking you, is this what you want, or do you prefer something different? In these moments of stark contrast, your task is to use your imagination, that God-given power within you, to focus on what you do want, rather than what you don't want. Use the contrast as a springboard to launch yourself into a vivid, imminent experience of your desired state. If, for example, you're experiencing financial difficulties, use that contrast to fuel a powerful, imaginal seed of skill, financial abundance. Feel the relief, the joy, the sense of security that comes with having more than enough. Live from that state, here and now, knowing that this imaginal act is the catalyst for your blessing. Remember, the outer world is nothing more than your consciousness objectified. By choosing to focus on your desired state, regardless of current circumstances, you are literally reshaping your reality from within. Now let's turn our attention to the sixth divine science, inspired and inspirational ideas. As you are being prepared for a blessing, you may find yourself flooded with new ideas or sudden bursts of inspiration. These are not random thoughts. My dear listeners, line downloads, messages from your higher self guiding you towards your blessing. These inspirations might come as solutions to long-standing problems, creative ideas for your work, or sudden clarity about your life's purpose. When you receive these gifts of inspiration, treat them with reverence. They are precious seeds of your future blessing. But remember, inspiration without action is merely wishful thinking. When these ideas come to you, act on them promptly. Write them down, speak them aloud, take whatever steps you can to bring them into physical reality. For in doing so, you are co-creating with the divine, actively participating in the manifestation of your blessing. Cultivate a state of receptivity to these inspirations. Before you go to sleep at night, or as you wake in the morning, affirm, I am open and receptive to divine inspiration. Brilliant ideas flow to me effortlessly. Then throughout your day, remain alert to the whispers of inspiration. Trust that each inspired thought is leading you closer to your blessing. And now we come to the seventh and final divine sign that you are prepared for a blessing, a sense of calm certainty. This sign is perhaps the most subtle, yet the most powerful of all. As you draw nearer to your blessing, you may experience a profound sense of peace, a quiet knowing that all is well. This is not a frantic, desperate faith that things will work out. Rather, it is a deep, unshakable certainty that your thing is already yours. This calm certainty is the hallmark of true faith. It is the state of consciousness that moves mountains and paths seas. Where you abide in this state, you are vibrating in perfect harmony with your desire, allowing it to flow into your experience with dreaded ease. To cultivate this calm certainty, you must release all anxiety, all doubt, all fear about the future. You must let go of the harm and the weight of your blessing's manifestation. Instead, rest in the absolute knowing that what is yours cannot pass you by. Practice living from this state of calm certainty. When doubts arise, gently redirect your attention to this inner knowing. Feel the peace that comes from trusting in the perfect unfolding of your life. For in this state of trust, you become a clear channel for your blessing to manifest. Now, my dear friends, as we have explored these 7 divine signs, I want you to understand that they may not appear in any particular order. You might experience all of them or only a few. The key is to remain aware, to stay attuned to the subtle guidance of the universe. But more importantly, I want you to grasp this fundamental truth. You do not need to wait for these signs to appear before you can receive your blessing. For you see, the greatest sign, the most powerful indicator that you are prepared for a blessing is your overall assumption of the state of being blessed. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, when you live from the end, as if your desire is already a present fact, you are in the highest state of receptivity. You are in that moment already blessed. So I say to you, do not wait for signs, be the sign, be the evidence of your own answered prayer. For your consciousness is the only reality, and what you assume is true in your imagination must inevitably express itself in your outer world. Imagine now that your desired blessing is already yours. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the sense of fulfillment that comes with this realization. Let this feeling permeate every cell of your being. Breathe in life from it, become one with it. As you go about your days, maintain this feeling. Let it inform your thoughts, your words, your actions. For in doing so, you are living in the end, and the end must produce the means. Your outer world has no choice but to reorganize itself to match your inner assumption. Remember, my friends, that time is a construct of the mortal mind. In the realm of spirit, where all creation takes place, there is only the eternal now. Your blessing is not something to be attained in some distant future. It is a present reality to be accepted and lived from now. So I urge not say, I will be blessed. Say instead, I'm blessed. Feel the truth of these words. Let them sink deep into your subconscious mind, for your subconscious does not argue. It simply accepts what you impress upon it as true and works tirelessly to bring it into manifestation. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Wayne, what if I don't feel blessed? What if my current circumstances seem to contradict the blessing I desire? To this I say, your circumstances do not define you. They are merely the fruit of your past assumptions. Change your assumption and you change your world. If you find it challenging to feel blessed in the face of contrary evidence, then I invite you to engage in a simple yet powerful exercise. Each night as you lay in your bed, review the events of your day, but do not review them as they occurred. Instead, revise them. See them playing out exactly as you would have wished them to be. If you had an unpleasant interaction with someone, replay that scene in your mind's eye, but this time see it unfolding harmoniously. If you faced a financial setback, revise it on an expected windfall. Whatever circumstances you wish to change them first in your imagination. As you fall asleep in this revised state, You impress these new assumptions upon your subconscious mind. And remember, your subconscious is the builder of your tomorrow. What you impress upon it tonight, it will express in your outer world tomorrow. This practice of revision is not about denying or escaping your current reality. It is about exercising your God-given power to choose the states you wish to occupy. For in truth, every moment is a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to align yourself with the blessing you desire. As you consistently practice living from the end, revising your day, and maintaining the feeling of being blessed, you will begin to notice changes in your outer world. These changes may be subtle at first, a shift in someone's attitude towards you, an unexpected opportunity, a solution to a problem that had seemed insurmountable. Acknowledge these changes, no matter how small, with gratitude, for they are confirmation that your new assumption is taking root, that your blessing is moving from the realm of imagination into physical manifestation. And as you notice these changes, let them fuel your faith. Let them strengthen your conviction that what you have imagined must come to pass. For this is the law of your being. What you believe and feel is true must objectify itself in your world. Now, my dear friends, I want to address a question that often arises when discussing this principle. Many ask, but Wayne, what about the will of God? How can we submit to God's will, rather than imposing our own desires? To this I say, your desires are God's desires. The longing you feel for your blessing is the divine stirring within you, seeking expression through you. When you imagine and feel your desires fulfilled, you are not working against God's will. You are aligning yourself with it in the most profound way possible. For you see, God's will is not something external to you, not some cosmic plan that you must decipher and obey. God's will is your will when you are in harmony with your divine nature. It is the impulse of creation that flows through you as you. So when you act as if you're already blessed, when you live from the state of your wish fulfilled, you are imperfect with God's will. You are allowing the divine to express itself through you in all its abundance and glory. Realize this, my friends, you are not separate from God. You are an individualized expression of the divine. Your imagination is God in action. When you use your imagination lovingly and wisely, you are fulfilling your highest purpose as a co-creator with God. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to emphasize a crucial point. The practice of living from the end, of assuming the state of being blessed, is not a one-time event. It is a way of life. It requires persistence, faith, and above all, love. Love, you see, is the highest and most powerful vibration in the universe. When you approach your desire and blessing with love, love for yourself, love for others, love for life itself, you align yourself with the very essence of creation. So as you go forth from this place, carrying the knowledge of these 7 divine signs, remember this, the greatest sign, the surest indication that you are prepared for a blessing is your own loving assumption of the state of being blessed. Live from this state be added, embody it, become it. Let every thought, every word, every action spring from this assumption. For as you do, you set in motion the forces that will reshape your world to match your inner vision. And know this, my dear friends, your blessing is not something separate from you. It is not a thing to be acquired or achieved. Your blessing is a state to be assumed, a consciousness to be embodied. As you assume this state fully and completely, you realize that you are the blessing you seek. In closing, I incite you to take a moment now to feel the truth of your blessed state. Close your eyes if you wish and allow yourself to sink deeply into the feeling of being blessed beyond measure. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the love that accompanies this state. Carry this feeling with you as you leave this place. Let it inform your every interaction, your every decision. For in doing so, you are living as the blessed being you truly are, and your outer world must conform to this inner truth. Go forth, my friends, in the knowledge that you are blessed, that you are loved, that you are divine. The power to manifest your heart's desires resides within you. Use it wisely. Use it lovingly and watch in awe as life transforms into a living testament of the boundless blessings that await those who dare to imagine and believe. Thank you, and may your imagination guide you to the fulfillment of your deepest desires.